Hello, it's Valerie of Valeries and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to do a cute little tag video because I was tagged. I've got free time and I want to do it. So I am doing the end of the year book tag created by Ariel Bissett, and I was tagged by Emily over at Books Unstitched. She tagged me in like September and I was just totally not ready to embrace the end of the year in September, so I'm doing it now. I'm not going to leave her hanging anymore. Emily, I'm doing the tag. I'm sorry. Question number 1 is, are there any books you started this year that you want to finish? And yes, of course. I am nearly sort of halfway through Alias Grace by Margaret Atwood. I'm enjoying it. I haven't picked it up in a little while. I started it over a month ago and it's just really big and dense, and not necessarily in a bad way. I just really like the feeling of completing a book, so I'm just reading shorter books as I brave myself to get back to this one because it's just, reading takes a long time, okay? So I will finish this. I want to finish this. It's just too big. Sorry. Question number 2 is, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? And yes, I do. I have From Here to Eternity by Caitlin Doughty. She also wrote Smoke Gets in Your Eyes, and she is the host of Ask a Mortician here on YouTube. And of course, my good friend Erin over at The Bibliotherapist, who I mention constantly, gave me this copy. Erin had read this and was getting rid of it, and she asked me if I would take it, and I said, hell yeah, yes please, because I love Caitlin Doughty. Over the past year, I've just sort of become mildly obsessed with her and her content. I listened to Smoke Gets in Your Eyes earlier this year on audiobook and really enjoyed it. And this is beautiful. It talks about death practices all around the world, and I think that's just the perfect thing to read as the year ends and as the leaves die and things get a little colder and sadder. So yeah, thank you to Erin for donating this to me, and thank you to Caitlin Doughty for satisfying my morbid curiosity. Question number 3 is there a new release that you're still waiting for? And I don't think so. Probably not. I know Han Kang just released a new book called The White Book, and that's not coming out until like January in Canada at least. I could easily get it on the Book Depository, but I am not in a super big rush to get to it, but I guess that's something I am anticipating that I don't have yet, and it's technically not out in my country yet. So yes, The White Book by Han Kang. Question number 4 is, what are 3 books that you want to read before the end of the year? And of course, I'd like to read some books that will fulfill some of my 2017 reading goals. I will link that video up above if you don't know what those goals are, but I still have quite a few blocks to fill in, but yeah, we'll see how many of those goals I actually complete. And I'm also definitely planning on reading The Tenant of Wildfell Hall by Anne Bronte. I am reading this with Emily from Books Unstitched. We read Persuasion by Jane Austen together earlier this year, and that was lovely. So this is a lot longer than Persuasion. I'm hoping I can get through it and I'm not like a disappointing buddy read buddy, but yes, definitely planning on reading this during December. And I'll probably end up reading a few of these short books that I own just to meet my 50 book goal on Goodreads. I haven't met my goal in a little bit, and it would be nice just to get some of these short books out of the way so that I can meet that goal. Question number 5 is there a book that could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? And honestly, I don't think so. This is why I don't make those like 5-star prediction videos, because most books just end up being okay. I don't want to say most books end up disappointing me, because I don't have super high expectations for a lot of the things I read. And I've already read my favorite book of the year, and that's Tess of the D'Urbervilles, man. This is the best. Nothing that I'm gonna read in the next month and a half is gonna top Tess. I'm sorry, it's just my favorite. And honestly, I would be shocked if something else became my favorite book of the year, because I'm really not expecting anything to do so. So yeah, if I predicted that I was gonna love it, I wouldn't be shocked. So maybe something will shock me, but I can't predict that. But this is my favorite. I'm done. The final question number 6 is, have you started making reading plans for 2018? And after this year in which I made a lot of really structured goals, I don't think I'm gonna do that again. And one goal that I think I'll just have for 2018 is cutting down on my physical TBR. But one other goal that I have not announced yet, because I don't really want to be held accountable for it, is that I'm planning on reading Middlemarch by George Eliot, which is over 900 pages. I don't like long books. I don't read long books. I don't know why I want to read this book. This is a lot longer than Persuasions. It's just too big. I can't believe I hadn't read it sooner. Maybe I was just intimidated by the size. Sort of intimidated by its size. Chunky classics. But this one's a chunker too. It was recommended by Steve Donahue as one of like the staples of Victorian literature, so I think I'm just gonna do it. Probably gonna try to read it in March. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. I really hate long books, but I'm gonna try. 2018 is the year of Middlemarch. If it doesn't happen, I didn't say anything. So that was the end of the year book tag. I'm not gonna tag anyone because people did this months ago, but if you haven't done it yet, do it. So thank you very much for watching. Have a good one, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye!